doing an oil test today.
You can describe your gadget if you like.
So we're using a Tool Pro engine oil pressure test kit. We've disconnected the oil sender plug on the engine and connected in our test gauge. So we're looking to get it low revs. We've got to have about minimum 0.9 bar at about 700 RPM and oil pressure at about 4 bars at 3000 RPM. So we're going to see how close to those numbers we are with this particular motor.
It'd be nice if we are close.
What's that? 1 bar is 100 kPa.
Yeah.
How many PSI is that? 100 PSI, 1 bar must be about 25 PSI, would that be right?
No, 15.
No, 15.
Yeah.
Yes, and 4 bar, wow, that's pretty high oil pressure, isn't
It's
it?
58. Yeah.
58, okay. Anyway, we will see.
So, revs-wise, we've got about almost 700 there.
Yeah, we got about 3 bar.
We should have 0.8 of a bar minimum.
0.9 of the minimum, yeah.
So you've got 3 bar.
And up at 3 at the moment. Now, when the oil operating temperature's been reached, so I guess that'll probably take a minute to warm up, I suppose.
Yeah, 3.1 bar at 700 RPM.
RPM, yep. Right, that's good.
That's a lot higher than the minimum.
That's a lot higher than the minimum, that's right. Now, do you know, we know what 3,000 RPM be. We're close to that. We can head up that direction.
Well, I'll bring it up to 3,000 RPM.
Right, okay.
And,
you do that.
And you can show that to the camera.
Yeah. That's high enough. Pretty steady on 4 at 3,000.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So what was it supposed to be?
Oh, minimum of 4.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, we're about to put the coupling on. Oh, maybe if I undo the... Have you got? Oh, there's a shifter. Yes.
When you were doing ship riding, were you doing this sort of stuff as well?
Yeah, we always used to line up engines. Yeah. Yeah, old Sid, who was very old, he was 60 at that time. Seems so old to me. He used to make all the water tanks and fuel tanks as well. Which was good because following his lead, I learned how to solder, which I wouldn't have had a clue about.
It's moving, Phil. The ply's moving, Roger. Just about. But your ply is moving.
So this is another view showing the forklift about to be bogged. This was the first of 3 times it got bogged, so we did a lot of digging and a lot of pulling. We ended up pulling it out with a jeep and then redoing it with lots of plywood, as you can see in this photo. Finally, as you can see, we got the forklift inside with the engine and we got to put it in the boat. It was a bit of a relief, and then we had 2 more events where we had to pull the forklift out to get it out.
All right, ready? Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Does it need to go further aft?
Oh, you've got about an inch or so between there and yeah, that's okay.
I can weasel it along anyway.
Yes, yeah. Maybe just lift a fraction, Phil.
Yeah.
Go forward a little tiny, whoops. All right, come on down now. Tie it up against the other one. We might need to use a piece of timber to just move it forward again.
Forward.
Yeah. It's just,
Oh, I see.
That's all.
Oh, that'll be okay.
that'll be okay.
Well, I've got that almost down level, and the rear engine beds are almost down at the bottom, and the front are definitely down at the bottom. So I need to take out maybe 6mm to 8mm at the back and at the front of the engine beds. So I'm going to confirm the fore and aft position of the engine, and that's probably got to be moved a little bit further forward because I don't know if you can see down here, but there's not much clearance between the gearbox and that floor. So I probably could have made this a bit lower. It would have been good. Then I could have moved the engine back a little bit more. But I think I'll move it another 20mm forward, and that'll give us enough space. But the first thing is I have to cut a little bit off the top of the engine beds. So in these 2 spots, forward and aft on both sides. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll have to lift the engine up to allow me to get under there with a chisel. So I'll put a beam across the boat and wedge it up, and away we'll go. I ended up wrapping some rope around the beam and putting a jack on top of it and lifted the engine that way. That was the simplest ways. Then I took the engine beds off to make room for using a saw and other tools underneath the beds and put them on. Now, something else that you'll see later on is I've used stainless steel lag screws to hold the engine mounts down to the engine beds, and in using stainless steel, if you have a stainless steel nut on a stainless steel bolt,
it'll tend to bind unless you put some form of lubricant in it. So I've used lubricant in the form of beeswax, which I have plenty of, and I use that on the threads of the lag screws going into the hardwood, and I also used it on the threads where the nuts go onto the metal thread at the top. So this prevents any binding. I'll do this by finger feel. Very sensitive finger. When I get it down to where it looks like it's... Actually, there's a little steel rule, Roger. See on that top shelf there, there's a bit of tape. About 6 inches to the right, there's a 6-inch steel rule. That's it? Yep, that'll be perfect. That'll be my my big time feeler gauge.
Yep.
So I'll keep doing this down. If you can tell me when it gets down level. Oh, I see. You can't see it anyway. I can see a bit of light this side. So it looks wider at the bottom than it does at the top, doesn't it? Maybe I'll lever it so that the whole engine comes backwards. Oh, I'll see how much I've got there. Oh, hardly any. Maybe it's sitting on that. So the engine may have to go forward a little bit. Now that's lower than it needs to be now, so that's good.
You got a big gap under there?
I've got a little gap. Not much. But then what I want to do is get it rubbing in position. So it looks like the front needs to come over. So what happens is once we bolt these in the middle and we put a bolt in the middle of there, we can pivot on that bolt
Okay.
and move it sideways. So at the moment the front needs to come over that way. I'm just going to make sure I drill deep enough. Oh yeah, that's deep enough.
Other studs.
It should be there, yeah. I've got I look forward to Saturdays because Saturday is my sleeping day.
But you come up here in the afternoon and do a bit of work sometimes.
Yeah, well, sort of late morning, 11 o'clock or somewhere.
Yep.
Thanks. So any other adjustments now, unless the boat goes sideways,
Yeah.
it shouldn't need to have these loosened again. We should be able to just adjust
Just on that. Okay.
up and down if we need to, because it'll either sag or
Yep. Yep.
bend the other way, whatever. Well, now these bolts have all been tightened down, so the engine is very firmly connected to the engine beds, and even though it hasn't been done in these pictures, the engine mounts will be tightened up and left in place. The engine's pretty much now lined up to the shaft, and I'm going to leave it like that until it gets into the water, and then I'll do a final adjustment if it needs it before we go motoring. So that's all there is for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been fun getting the engine to this point, and now I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching.